Welcome to Letty Speaks, where we turn pain into passion and find meaning through experience. Every day is a new day to find joy in the moment and live life abundantly. We speak and we listen and we don't take it lightly. Let's jump in and see what Spirit has to say. All right, so welcome back. So at the beginning of this week, or was it last week, we started a interesting reading about peeking into the energies for 2024, some of the challenges, and then this is the continuance of that reading, looking at more along the side of the pleasantries that we can expect to experience. This is taking a look at the light side of the energies coming in for 2024. And so this is the sliver of stone that we're using for this reading. Very beautiful stone. And so I did go ahead and pull out my cards in advance just for the sake of time, which I'm still working on being more less time consuming, trying to get in and get out. And so let's see how this one goes. And so let's go ahead and jump in and see some of the energies that's coming towards us for 2024, bringing this level of victory and success. And so let's go ahead and jump in. Let's not delay the time. And so for the first card that was pulled, we have Soul Child. Soul Child. So I can't help but look at this. It almost looks like a portion of like a telescope that's being viewed here. And so it's almost feeling like the view, like the perspective, or the way something is being perceived or looked into, right? And so with Soul Child, and it comes with the number 5 too, which talks about change, right? But I definitely love the colors, right? It actually is highlighting most of the energy centers in the chakra, right? So it may be dealing with a lot of different avenues through which we operate through the energies in our body. And so, but overall, Soul Child is this energy of newness, right? For someone, this is the energy of rebirth. There's going to be an entering in to like this whole new experience. I almost feel like there's going to be a level of experiencing the world in a way that you have yet to experience it. This energy is on you. And with this energy, there's almost the energy of having prepared in some way for this. Right? There's going to be like an increase in light and power, also in love. Now, this could have come, or this could come in, so 2023 and then previous years as well, could have presented a time of intense inner work and, many different transformations happening in the physical. And this has prepared this arrival of this new experience. Yeah, this usually comes after a period of struggle. And this is a time, as you can see, there's like a level of enjoyment. Everything about this says beauty. It says intensity. It says excitement. It says experience, right? Everything about this picture is showing a level of vibrancy, right? And I feel like that's like the energies that's going to come in for 2024. This is how it's coming in. It's coming in with lots of intensity, like a new day. That's what that reminds me of. It's like a new day, watching a sunrise, that first part of the day. And the experience here is almost like the experience of experiencing the world again in a whole new way. Or we could even say it's almost like experiencing a whole new world as well. A brand new world. And so next year is going to offer a moment for you to just enjoy this experience. Take time to enjoy the experience of seeing things and feeling like things are new. And for whoever this is for, I feel like there's been, again, this level of intense preparation, right? It could have been an intense level of struggle, inner work that was being done, or some type of transformation. And this could have come in the form of like leaving things behind. There was kind of like an ego death or a spiritual death of some kind of the older or the former you. And it's almost going to seem like you don't even realize or recognize what used to be. Nothing will be as it was. And it will never be that way again. It's almost like stepping in to a position or stepping through a door that will then close and it will never be opened again. There's no going back when you move forward into this space in 2024. I almost said 2022. Yeah. In this space, there's been a mastery through the struggles and the transformation and the this intense level of inner work. You've mastered things like detaching, or learning to release and let go. And I feel like there's this repetitive lessons around things. And so you could have had repetitive lessons around having to detach from people or things, and to the point where you've actually perfected it. And that comes in the form, things like that come in the form of what we call a death, an inner death, an ego death, or a spiritual death, or these are times where you've been challenged to surrender the things that no longer serve you at any point in time. Even if it's things that you once held dear to your heart, things that you never even imagined that you would ever have to go without, And in exchange for that, though, when we say an ego death or some type of transformation, yeah, there are things that are being lost, but there's also the energy of gain as well. For the things that are being released, there's also something coming in to replace that. So for the energy that's exiting, there's also the energy that's being drawn into that space. And so for this energy, the rising of this new experience is almost like a newly integrated self. It's the energy drawing away from old beliefs about your health or possibly your finances or what it means to work, right? Those things that you used to hold dear. This new integrated self has, shall I say, prepared you for this new birth, for this new existence. And it's from those things that the new is being born. There's like a transformation of energy. And it may be it may seem a little difficult as you step in. It may seem a little weird, right? As you get the hang of, or as you get used to this new space or this new energy or this new place that you've been called to stand. You know, you may stand on shaky legs, but you're going to stand and you're going to learn to get your balance. You're going to learn to take, proper steps and strengthen your stride. And next thing you know, you'll be running, but it starts as this new experience. And you'll grow into it. And so there's no need to feel insecure about it. Be confident about it. It's a new experience. In the moments where you are unsure, be confident still and yet. Take pride in looking back and seeing how different you are. Look back a month from now and see how different you are a month ago. Look back a year from now and gasp at, how you don't even recognize, yourself. Be curious about the person that you've become. And don't expect the same reactions or experiences that you have encountered in the past. It's time to really celebrate and acknowledge the new you, the new day that has come, right? This new journey in the physical world that you have embarked upon. Yeah, it's time to really enjoy the harvest of all of your growth and all of your effort that you've put in. 2024 is going to be the year bringing in this energy. This could also indicate, I can't help but look at this picture. It almost looks like a child, if you see that right here. 2024, you could be connected, and I'll just add this in because I noticed that little child here. Yeah, after all, it is called soul child, this card. And so there could be a connection of someone that is younger or a child, perhaps with the energy of giftedness or spiritually oriented in some way, that's drawn to you or that is connected to you, that you are being guided to support and cultivate a connection with, to be a support for them. I'm getting that energy. This could also be a sign. We're talking about new birth. This could definitely relate to a new venture through business or a new profession, a new way of pursuing your purpose. It could also be a relationship as well being birthed, or a lifestyle choice that you are adopting or securing yourself into in 2024. Yeah. And whatever ideas are being filtered in or channeled into you, this is going to be, those ideas are concretely connected to this new birth or this new existence, this new way of existing that you'll encounter in 2024. And it's going to be a part of the changing or the structures being organized in your life. It's going to be directly linked to ideas being filtered into your mind, into your psyche. And if there is something that is kind of waning along that you're still carrying, and you haven't yet been guided to let it go, understand that rebirth in that is coming. Energy will be filtered through for encouragement. And so I also tapped in a little bit deeper, and I got, for this energy, I got the third house, which has also been coming out quite a bit over the last few weeks. The third house actually talks about connections. It's close, immediate connections within your circle or close vicinity to you. And this talks about delving in a little deeper to figure out how things are connected or why they are connected, trying to understand from a deeper aspect the connections, along with making the right connections. And so this could be digging a little deeper to find out how your connections are actually affecting your life, or what it is that you're doing. Is taking a closer look to get a deeper understanding. The third house talks about immediate, it's not long-term communication or interaction, but it's immediate interaction. It's like a neighbor. It could be family or close friends, but it's the idea of questioning how things are relating, how they're affecting one another or affecting you, or how it would even relate to what it is that you're doing or where you'll be standing in 2024. And I feel like these connections may very well be focusing on people or things that are going to further encourage where you'll be standing in 2024, this experience that you'll have of newness. Because I almost get like the energy of like the new kid on the block or the new kid in class, and then having, you know, that one individual to come along and say, oh, you're new. Okay, well, let me show you around, right? It's that kind of energy. It's like making conscious connections and making sure you understand how that connection relates, if it aligns, It's being very much cognizant in the process of connection. And then I also pulled Aquarius and fire. So Aquarius, definitely, interestingly, the energy of Aquarius brings this sense of knowing. And it's not the sense of knowing and thinking that you know it all, but it's if I don't know, I know where I can go to find out. It's almost like having all of the resources at your disposal for anything that you'll need or anything that you need to know. Being connected with the right people that can guide and assist you, or the right tools and resources at your available to you for you to access them if you need them. Aquarius is very driven to get things done, you know. Where there's a will, there's a way. And especially, and I'm being drawn to the word World Wide Web, right? Is there anything that we cannot find out or get from, the internet? Like, there's literally nothing that you can't find out, and so it's having everything available to support you as you step into this new experience. And fire energy is just being in that energy of passion and inspiration, being set on fire, right? Fire has two different ways to look at it, right? Fire has the potential to actually burn things up. But even in doing that, there's this level of purification, so something new can be birthed, right? And then fire also has an element of passion and inspiration, and it's the energy of getting things going and pursuing and doing, and having this very intense drive is what I'm hearing. And so this is very exciting energy that someone will definitely get to experience in 2024 as they step into this new birth, this new experience in their physical body. As you also get to experience relating and connecting with people in that new way as well, in a different way than what you've experienced in the past. Yeah. And then our next energy would be karmic clearing. So 2024 could very much be dealing with, I feel like it's resolving things that may have drug on. You know how sometimes families, I know, I can definitely attest to this. Sometimes we find it difficult to go and get help, to say that we need help. Instead, we sweep it under the rug and then just move forward like nothing's wrong. Anybody else? Instead of going to say, I need to talk to somebody, or let me go get some counseling, let me go sit in AA and see if I can, get some support around this that I'm dealing with. We just kind of sweep it under the rug and hope that if we turn a deaf ear, if we just turn our backs to it, that it'll go away. But it doesn't. It doesn't. But I feel like this is the energy of going back and allowing an opportunity to address things. Again, a number 5 again, change. 5 also alludes to this level of conflict, inner turmoil, right? Just because we sweep it under the rug or we cover it with a Band-Aid doesn't mean that it's going to heal and go away. It may very well be festering under that rug or under the Band-Aid, and actually not only getting worse, but it may be going deeper, right? You don't see it on the surface, but it's actually going deeper down, causing more damage from within. in a way that you may not be able to see from the outside looking in, but it's there and it's operating and it's festering. And so I feel like karmic clearing may very well be bringing some things up so that they can be healed. And that may very well be work that you have been doing. And 2024 is going to provide the opportunity to clear it so that it no longer gets to come forward to the new season that you're stepping into in 2024. And I feel like this is the energy of quickly advancing, in a consciousness that we sometimes we sweep it under the rug, sometimes we create an identity out of it, but this energy is consciously and quickly advancing past this, right? And the energy for karmic clearing is around particular wounding or issues or struggles that seem to not want to let go. It seemed to cling, possibly from generation to generation. Because I see an old man here, and he is kind of, his attention is on what looks like a child, could be a child, right? And so it could possibly have to do with generational clearing, issues or past pain and struggles that has been passed on from generation to generation. But there's this aggressive level of forward movement around the consciousness around this. And there is this outgrowing of the conscious, like becoming aware of it. And the moment that you become aware of it, then you can fight it face to face. You can finally heal it, And so 2024 may be bringing in a release of this energy, of those old karmic wounds and issues and struggles. It's a release of that in 2024. Finally, once and for all, they will release. There's a release of the grip on you. Yeah, that's taking place. I hear the divine saying this is notice of what's taking place. So know that 2024 is the year to wipe the slate clean. And this has come as a result of the work that you've been doing. And there's like a level of grace that has been poured out on you as well from the divine. Yeah. And so many times we tend to think that karma just means, suffering. It means like punishment for the bad choices that we've made, but it's not always just punishment. It's a lesson that our soul has to learn. And many would even believe that it's a lesson that has been planned specifically for this lifetime, and it could be carried over from past lifetimes. It's a way that we grow and we actually develop and mature as a soul. Right? Whether through challenges or whether through blessings. The overall reason or purpose is for maturity. right? And so an example of positive karma would be like skills and talents that we have actually come to master over lifetimes, right? It could also be, healing that happens quickly as well. Things that are healed quickly. And that those types of, the positive karma happens when we've grown enough to actually advance past our own pain and we don't allow it to keep us stuck. It has little resistance between where we are and the natural flow of life. And so we don't get stuck in it, right? We've grown and we've matured enough. And one second. Then we have more challenging karma that shows up in lessons that keep repeating themselves. And they usually end up with very painful circumstances or reactions that, keep us going in cycles. And so it's said that like the stronger or the more stubborn, I can use that word, the more stronger the soul, the more challenging the lessons that soul is willing to master in this lifetime. Think of it in terms of like education. Like the higher the level of training, the more demanding the work for that, level of education would require. And if you found yourself, I feel like I'm speaking to someone who may have actually had some pretty big challenges, a lot of struggle, intense struggle, and in many ways, that the intensity of the struggle, the level of challenge that you're being faced with may absolutely be in correlation with the path that you are on for advanced spirituality, the experience that you've been assigned to. And it's almost like keeping the fire underneath you so that you can continue moving forward to reach your destination. Think of it that way. Does it always have to come in the form of struggle, to meet the requirements of this advanced soul? No. But the struggle brings you, the purpose of the advanced struggle or the intense warfare, I'm going to use that word, is to, what you find is you begin to become very skillful, right, at the challenges to the point where they no longer present themselves as a challenge. You become advanced in your warfare to the point where you learn how to overcome them, even to the point without even thinking about it, right? And you find yourself in an advanced state because of what you've gone through spiritually. But there are times where, because there has been a high level of intense struggle, sometimes it could be hard to release, the pain associated with those memories or those experiences. And in those times, that's where the grace comes in. There's the need for divine intervention to help clear those patterns that at some point it somehow get painfully lodged into our experience, in our body, in our mind, in our soul. And through love, the divine offers that healing and that freedom to help you release that. So that's what I feel is happening in 2024. It's a final clearing of this karmic energy that has been over your life. And it's cleared by learning to trust and just relax in it, not punishing ourselves with guilt or shame or fear or, unworthiness. Yeah, but we just kind of relax in it and receive it. Of course, we do take responsibility for our own healing and doing what we can do, right? And then whatever it is that we find is beyond our ability to handle or to process, we give that over to the divine, trusting that all will be well. And I feel like that has been done here, that you've done your part, you've worked, you've acknowledged. So if there is something that has been a struggle long term, this comes to announce that that will no longer be an issue come 2024. Yeah, it's not going to be an issue. And so I did pull out the 5th house. Yes. So let me put that there. With the 5th house, let's see. This is where it gets interesting. So in the 5th house, this is venturing into the energy of creativity. And I feel like the way that this energy here is coming through, or the way that Spirit wants you to utilize that, is through your creativity. And I'm getting also frequency that keeps coming up, frequency, and the need to carry a certain vibration. And what immediately comes to mind is the energy of love, which is the highest vibration that there is. And so there's going to be a need, or there's going to be a way that you are going to carry this through from your aspect of what it is that you can do in your power to clear the karmic energies. And that's through the energy of love. And I feel like how it's relating to creativity is tapping into your creative gifts or your creative talents and allowing yourself to experience the highest vibration through love, through doing what it is that you love to do. And so there is the energy of being invested in your creativity in 2024 as it pertains to this energy of clearing out the karmic energy as it pertains or relates to this karmic energy. And so, so there's a level of investment in 2024 that you are going to intentionally engage in that's going to help in this process. And then with Libra here as well, there's like a balance that's happening here with this karmic clearing energy as it relates to your creativeness or something that you will be engaged in or investing in heavily, and that's going to keep your vibration high. Doing the things that you love. And if it's not creation, It's hobbies. It's, doing things that's going to get your higher level of involvement perked, right? It's keeping your vibrations lifted. And that means investing in yourself, investing in the things that you love to do, so that you can maintain that high level of vibration through the energy of love. What better way to soar in that energy, right, than through what you love to do, is what I'm feeling here. And this is both your concerted efforts, and then when you reach your limit, that's where the divine takes over and this level of grace comes in and sweeps out the rest. Your portion is maintaining the vibration of love next year. And happiness. See all this high vibing yellow and orange, right? That's the energy of happiness and contentment and joy. And in our last area, we have the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. There's something sticking out about the lady here. Very angelic looking. You could actually have blonde hair. I'm led to say that. And a very innocent, angelic disposition about yourself. This stood out, the face, because I felt like I connected that image to something that I saw recently, and it popped out at me when I pulled the card. And so you could definitely be someone who has long locks, long blonde locks. You could be someone who is very connected to nature, and that reflects in the way that you carry yourself, and like the disposition that you have is very natural, very nature driven as well, as she has like little flowers all around, very peaceful. And so the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge brings in, for 2024, there's going to be a heavy sense of connection that you'll experience. This connection is going to be heavily connected to your intuition. Not only your intuition, but it's going to be like a sense of intellectual genius. I feel like you're going to be very deeply tapped in, and you'll experience a very keen sense of knowing, and a very keen sense of awareness is what I'm thinking, and the best way that I can put it. It's almost like you're gonna experience the ability to find information. It's going to be this high level of functionality, and so very resourceful. Whatever you need information wise is going to just come to you, and you're just going to know it. You're going to have access to it. You are going to be tapped into certain systems and resources that have the ability to impact your life and bring a sense of clarity around anything that seems unclear or overwhelming. And you're going to have this very divine sense of being able to sort through knowledge and discern, right? You're just going to know, you'll be talking to someone and you'll just know whether or not they're telling the truth or whether they're lying. You'll have that internal sense of knowing. And you'll have an internal sense of knowing like what you need to know or the information that you need to seek out. And then you're also going to have a lot of help in regards to integrating what to do with that knowledge, how to handle it. Yeah, and so 2024 is going to bring forth a very heavy energy of discernment through you. In that discernment that's coming in, you may find yourself looking at things different and sorting things different and relating to things different as well. You may find yourself working closer with things that have to do with energy. You could even be stepping into a role of teaching and learning as it pertains to connecting with things energetically. But overall, this is coming to give you a greater awareness or ability around sorting out things in your own life as it pertains to spiritual principles. And so with this discernment that will be very present in 2022, and it's going to be heavy, it's going to be strong. It's I guess there's a need to understand that it's not judgment, but it's going to be an ability to kind of make informed decisions, and it could be based on energy, it could be based on frequency. A lot of the abilities, though they seem very practical, right? A lot of them come through avenues like frequency or like energy, and it's like tapping into the energy centers of your body and listening to that, understanding what's being said there. And so this discernment very well is based on the energy of frequency. And that's bringing in the need or your decision around connecting with people on your frequency or people that carry a high level of frequency, right? And so you are going to find yourself navigating towards people that have a high frequency and understanding how everybody benefits when that happens. And when you do enter into a circle, for example, that actually possesses a lower frequency, you're going to feel that strongly, and it may in fact have a certain consequence, like maybe you'll find yourself feeling like you're moving slower or things get heavy, right? You're going to be very sensitive to frequency is the best way I can explain that. And it's going to have a lot to do with the discernment that is being added to your ability to connect internally with things around you, with yourself. And this discernment is necessary. I feel like it's definitely going to be useful. It's going to be helpful in helping you to navigate through things that look a certain way, but they're not a certain way, because it's not going by what it appears to be, but it's going by what it feels like. There's going to be a connection through your discernment that's going to allow you to cut through the illusions and find what's true. Even something that may not look valuable, you're going to be able to see the value of it because you're going to cut through the outside, the perception of what it is. You may find gems in 2024 that other people look over because they don't have discernment in that way. This is also going to be helpful in your surroundings because it's going to allow you to see people and energy for what they really are. Sometimes we have people around us for what we can offer, right? And when you may not have a level of discernment that will help you to see through that, right? You find yourself in connections longer than you need to be. But what's coming in for you in 24 is going to allow you to cut through the chase and see straight through. And you'll be able to see through to people that are only coming to be around you to gain something. They're not coming to give. They're not coming to reciprocate, right? You'll be able to see through that. And in seeing through that, you'll be able to choose wisely and sever any unhealthy connections that you may have. And so this ray, it actually comes to help you to see more than what is on the physical realm. It helps you to see more than what meets the eye. You'll be able to discover what's hidden, right? And not only discover it, but to understand it as well. Right? And so I feel like this is coming in. There'll definitely be a need to stay open-minded as you are faced or confronted with this level of clarity. And things that may not be understandable at first, right? There's the need to search or find the information to bring you the clarity that you'll need, right? Because being open in that way, not only will you pull in things that you understand and that you're used to that make sense, it's going to connect you and give you exposure to things that you may not have, had any type of understanding or connection to in the past. It may be things that are new to you. So there's a need to stay open-minded and do the research, if it's not clear. And be open-minded in areas where you may end up changing your viewpoint in order to receive truth as it is revealed to you, right? Yeah. And so this could actually very much, I feel like this is definitely talking about, as all this new information is being filtered towards you, there's this element of being a student in sorts. And I'm not talking about sitting in a classroom, but I'm talking more about being able to be your own guest checker, your own spell checker, your own the one who actually goes back and makes sure that the information you've received is correct, and making sure that you've interpreted it correctly, right? You'll be your own backup system in many ways. It's almost developing a scientific method, I guess is a good way to say it, for yourself as you observe life in this level of discernment. And develop your own way of, what works for you and what doesn't, right? Yeah. And so that's what I'm getting, this energy as well, which is huge. I love that. Who doesn't want that level of discernment? I guess it depends on who we're talking about. Like, some people say ignorance is bliss. It's better not to know. I want to know, I want to be informed. I want to be empowered to make decisions according to what's really happening, according to truth. And so that's the energy that's coming out. And then for our planets, we have Venus, which is very interesting. Just looking at this picture, you know, that I'm getting this very attractive energy, very cherished. I feel like there's a level of attraction, desirable attraction that you'll also feel in this experience through the fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. And it's something that you are going to be able to enjoy and take your time and really understand what that means to really be desired is the word I'm getting. I feel like there's a sense of charm, you know, and art and beauty that pertains to this energy here that you will engage in. You know, it's that kind of energy. And I feel like it's being aimed towards you. It's being aimed towards you. And it also could be coming out from you too, because we're talking about the energy of reciprocation, not giving too much of yourself, so much, and then making sure that you are not pouring out bushels of yourself and only getting back a small little, you know, crumb back for yourself. That is not sustainable. And so this is reciprocative energy we're talking about here, making sure that you're not out of balance in that way and letting people just suck you dry. You know, it's that kind of energy. But having a nice balance and being able to enjoy it. Being cherished, also cherishing, you know, fluttering in that charm of art and beauty, you know, that Venus energy, very beautiful energy. And so there's a higher level of sensuality overall that's coming in with this experience. As Venus talks about, yeah, that type of experience. It's almost like sensuality, desire, charm, you know, it's very sensual energy. And I feel like this experience is like really from the inside out. This is your experience. It's going to be very sensual as all of your senses are heightened. And so the astrological sign coming in is our archer, Sagittarius, right? With this energy that Sagittarius wants to stand strong in their drive to stand apart and go with the flow. You know, it's this energy of perceiving and looking around to discover how you stand out in your own space, right, in the world, the sense of individuality while also finding your rightful place, and a desire to really allow yourself to just be the truest form to yourself is what Sagittarius brings to this energy of discernment. It's a desire to really be the truest, most authentic part in essence of being yourself. And wanting to be really honest in that way. So Sagittarius is known to be very deep, right? Well, and very involved with self as well. And so Sagittarius is ongoing and far-reaching and wide and deep, right? So there's a need to not be too self-absorbed. And so that's why we have Saturn coming in to reel in that passion and that fire that Sagittarius unleashes in this process, right? Because this is heavy energy here. And Saturn then brings in, I like to think of Saturn as my It's my drill sergeant bringing in, you know, a level of boundary or restriction. And I think that's very balancing for Sagittarius that can sometimes get away from themselves, so much so that they don't even realize that, you know, they may go too far. And so Saturn brings in that level of restriction or boundary or discipline in that way. Saturn is often known as like the taskmaster, you know, wants to keep everything in order. However, Saturn does still push ambition as well. But it's organized ambition. You know, the opposite of Sagittarius that's not looking for boundary. They're just looking to be free to go and to find and explore as it comes. Saturn brings in a level of order. And so it's bringing in a level of challenge and learning through those challenges. Yeah. And so for this energy, I do see like things coming in to help you to be grounded and to be have a level of responsibility around this that's coming in, and direction and guidance. And so those are the energies that I'm seeing that are coming in. I also wanted to look into, see if Spirit had any type of advice with all this good energy coming in for 2024. Let's see. Any advice now that we've seen the energies coming in for 2024? We have finally releasing karmic energies, a heavy level of discernment coming in, and this newness of experience through rebirth for 2024. All right. So we have the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords with the Tower in reverse, the Page of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and at the end we have the World. So first of all, I'm hearing the word love. You know, one of the things that we have to be careful, especially when we're given a lot, is to make sure that we, first of all, are operating out of the right space. Making sure that you're operating out of love, because what does it really benefit anyone, you know, if we're not operating through the right intention? And I feel like with the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, it's a reminder, you know, to stay balanced in the heart space. Operate from that space. Be very cognizant of your intentions and why you're doing things. Also, the energy of integrity and truth is coming through, making sure that you're not building shallow or unstable or unsure foundations. And this is like the energy of a new truth being revealed after what the worst could have happened has happened, right? It's also holding true no matter what happens, right? Because it's going to work out when it's all said and done. Again, I get the energy of after the worst days, now comes this newness, a new revelation, a new truth coming in, an awakening to something that has always been there, you know? It's being awakened. Many times we come through the obstacles to see, right? The best parts of life. It's coming through the obstacle to get to the best parts. And so, but no matter what happens, Spirit is saying, hold true to your belief. Hold true to what you stand for as well. Yeah, I feel like you're being offered something new. You're being offered something new. And there's this new start coming in, this new experience that's being offered to you here. From a very passionate place, a very graceful place, a very loving place. This new beginning, this new start. It's almost like ushering in a new way to experience love, the love of life. Spirit has very much been involved. This may even be something that is coming towards you because of what you have sown thus far. It's a return for the good that you've put out. And in many ways, everything has culminated to this point, to where you are. It's almost like a divine path. You're right on track, right? Spirit is saying that everything that you've received up to this point is very useful where you're going in 2024. You'll be able to apply it. Things will become clear. You'll understand what you had to go through in order to get here. Overall, I'm getting the energy of like divine favor. Yeah. You are the recipient, understand, of divine favor. And so that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm also hearing I am with you, right? Through all seasons, no matter what happens. No matter what comes, no matter what goes, I am with you. I've always been. And so that has been our reading, 2024. I'm excited about it. This was the stone that was used for this reading. Yeah. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn off. I think I saved a good 30, 40 minutes this time. So we made good time. Overall, I want to thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. If you're returning, thank you for stopping back by. And if this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe. Welcome. Either way, you are welcome. And so I hope that there was something that was said that was encouraging, that you were able to relate to. All in all, I appreciate you. I do have my link down in the description box where you can schedule a personal reading if you'd like. Also ways that you can get involved in supporting my channel through donations. If you choose to do that, that's also a way to support. And so with that being said, I am going to end this. Thank you so much again. Until next time, I am with you, is what Spirit is saying. I'm with you. Always have been.